Hi everyone, this is my first video with audio. As my subscribers know, I created this channel to solve the Igcse Ict past papers. Now today I'm going to solve another paper, which is a paper 3. You can see here this is paper 3 and the Igcse Ict code is 0417, which this is an October-November 2017 paper, which is a paper 3 which consists of two topics: data analysis and website authoring. Data analysis is I'm going to use Microsoft Excel to do data analysis, and web expression for website authoring. So let us start. Now all the Igcse papers usually starts with the evidence document, which is really important, which you have to take the printout at the end of the examination, where you are going to save all the evidences or step-by-step process while doing the examination. So open the file 173evidence.rtf. RTF means it's a rich text format. It's a generic file format. We usually get the files in a generic file formats, and about RTF and the generic file format I'll be doing another video later. So we have to open this from the source file, from the source folder provided by the Cambridge University. Now this is the source files. Now from here, this is RTF format of 173 evidence, which is in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to open that, and then make sure your name, center number and candidate number will appear on every page of your evidence document by placing these details in the header. So you can go to insert tab and then header, and I usually go for blank 3 columns, which is very easy for me to place the fields. So here I have to give my name, and then here it should be sender number. So each sender will have different sender number that you can provide, and then here it should be the candidate number provided by the Cambridge University. For the time being, I'm going to use my candidate number as 0001. Save this as a word process document in your work area with the file name 173 evidence followed by your candidate number. So now we have to change this generic file format to word process document by clicking on file, save as, and then you have to choose your source folder, and this is 173 evidence followed by your candidate number, and this rich text format should be changed to Word document, and then save. It's showing a message that it's getting changed from rich text format to Word file. Now close the header. Now if you go and check your work area, you can see this is rich text format and this is the Microsoft Word document. You will need your evidence document during the examination to enter answers to questions and to place your screenshots in when required. So we'll move on to task 2, spreadsheet. You work for Cozumel Tourist Board, who uses spreadsheet to analyze data about cruise ship passengers in the Caribbean. Use the most efficient methods in your work. So this is all about tourist board and about cruise ship, and this is a continuous paper. Even the same topic will be, or the same company will be dealing in the web analysis section. So each and everything is connected in the Igcse Ict past papers. There can be some questions which we have to refer from the previous questions, so we have to take care when we read the questions, and we have to be alert and we have to concentrate by reading the questions. So open and examine the files 173cross.csv. This is another generic file format. This is there are different types of generic file format, and this is comma separated value files. So here the spreadsheets are in generic file format. There are 2 files, and we have to open it from the source file 173 cruise and then 173 location. So let me expand all the columns. I like it, so I expanded it. Now save the file 173 cruise as a spreadsheet with the file name cruise underscore and your candidate number. So this generic file format I'm going to change to Excel format. So click on file, save as, choose your folder, and then it should be named as cruise underscore followed by the candidate number. The CSV should be changed to Excel notebook. Now save. Now if you see, there is cruise 001. In your cruise spreadsheet, place the text cruise ship analysis left aligned in the header of the page. Place your name, sender number and candidate number right aligned in the header of the page. So go to insert, header, and then on the left side it should be cruise ship analysis. For the time being, let me copy and paste, which is the easiest method for me now. For the examination, you have to type it. Now place your name, sender number and candidate number right aligned. So on the right side I have to place my name, sender number and candidate number. That's it. Now place the text last edited on, followed by a today's date, the text at, and then the time. Center align in the footer of the page. So you have to go to footer, and that should be in the center right here. Text last edited on, here, and then design, it should be date, current date, and the text at, then current time, center align in the footer. So that's done. You can see that here according to my system. So save it. Now merge cells E2 to F2. Merge cells E2 to F2. So from here, E2 to F2, you have to merge it. Now you can see this is in two different pages, sections. Now let me change the page size to A4, and then I'm going to change it to orientation landscape. Later there will be some changes. For the time being I'm doing it. Yeah, normal. Now this is a separation which we have seen before. Okay, now format this merge cell and cell G2 so that the text is center aligned in a black 16-point sans serif font. Format this merge cell and G2. So this, and hold the control key, this should be 16 point, that means 16 font size. It should be center aligned, black with sans serif. So Calibri is already a sans serif font. If you want to change it to Arial, you can change it to Arial. Now I'm just keeping it as sans serif font. I'm making it a center line, and then I'm just making sure it has black. That's it. So let me save the file. Now merge cells A1 to H1, A1 to H1, merge it, and then format this merge cell so that the text is right aligned with the red 20-point sans serif font. This should be on the right aligned. This should be red in color, any red, they didn't mention any red color there, and this should be 20 with sans serif font. So I'm not going to change the font style, their font family there. It has a pale blue background color, so you can choose any pale blue. I'm going to choose this. Now in cell B4 enter a function to look up the name of the cruise ship's destination from the content of the file 173 location.csv. So in cell B4 here we have to use a VLOOKUP function to get the cruise ship destination from the file 173 location. Now if you check on 173 location, there are two columns, L code and location. Our answer is location, which should be placed in B4. So we have to use a VLOOKUP function for that. And Okay, let's start with VLOOKUP function. I'm going to use this method by going to insert function, and then I'm going to use VLOOKUP because that's what the question is. And not only that, we are going to get our answer vertically, so we are going to take VLOOKUP function. Now if you take VLOOKUP function, there are four VLOOKUP function arguments. The first one is lookup value. Lookup value is a value which is common in both the file, and also it acts as a link between two tables. Now if you check here, first we would go and check 173 location. There is L code and location. Obviously our answers are in location column, so gradually we have to check for L code in the previous file if there is any data which is similar to L code. So if you check here, you can see that there is D code which is similar to L code. You can see AND, A, R, U, B, A, H are there. So here also you can see the same kind of data. So lookup value will be the one which is common in both the file and which is from the same file where you are using the function, and in the same row or in the same column. So since I'm using a function in B4, I have to check for a lookup value which is in the same row or same column and which is common to the second file. So I can choose and not only that, we are going to get the destination for and. So I'm going to use and as the lookup value. Don't ever type and here, just use the cell reference, because when you copy down the formula it should move to the next of the values. Now the next thing is table array. Table array means the table or the data which from where you are going to get the answer. So we know that we are going to get the answer from this. You can see here, looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. By default, the table must be sorted in an ascending order. This is the definition for VLOOKUP. Now, table array is a table of text, numbers, or logical values in which data is retrieved. Table array can be a reference to a range or a range name. So our reference is this, from where you're going to get the answer. Since the name is table and array, we have to choose the whole thing. It's not that we should choose only the answer which is the second column. We have to choose the complete table. Now that is chosen now, and will be compared with the L code values of table array here. Now column index number is the number of the column where your answer is lying. So your answer is in the second file, which is 173 location, and in this your answer is in the second column or column B. Since this is column index number, we should not give B, but instead we have to give 2, because this is 1 and this is 2. So I'm going to give 2 here. And range lookup is the logical value to find the closest match in the first column sorted in ascending order. True or omitted, find an exact match is equal to false. So if you want to find out an exact match, you have to give false value, or you can give 0, that's also equal to false. This is omitted, like it can be ignored also at some times, but false means it will find out the exact value. Now click OK. You will get Antigua and Barbuda. If you check here, and is corresponding to Antigua and Barbuda. Now what is happening here? You have to check about that. Now when the computer comes up with the VLOOKUP function, it checks for the lookup value. Lookup value is A4, so A4 is equal to and. Now that will be compared with the table array, so that will be compared here first. And will be compared with AFG. The and is not equal to AFG, so it will move down to ALB, which is also not equal, so it will move down to ALG, which is also not equal, which will move down to AN, and which will move down to ANG, and which will move down to ANT, which is exactly the VLOOKUP value. Once it is matching, it will check for the column index number. The column index number is 2, so the computer knows that that answer which is lying in column index number 2 is the answer to be displayed in the formula or the function. It should be returned. So here the column index number 2 have Antigua and Barbuda, and that is the exact match, and that will be displayed where we use the formula. This is what the VLOOKUP function does, and VLOOKUP function stops once it's get the match of VLOOKUP value. It will not proceed. So that's all about VLOOKUP value or VLOOKUP function. Now in cell F4, enter a formula to calculate the average number of visitors a month for this destination, rounded down to the nearest visitor. So in F4, enter a formula, calculate the average number of visitors a month for this destination. So where is F4? Yeah, here it is F4. So already we have the visitors for this period, and so we have to do the visitors divided by month. Yeah, it's already given here, average visitors per month. So this is a formula, not a function, so I'm going to use equal symbol and then average visitors divided by month. This will give the average, and then we have to round it, round down. There are three types of round: round up, round down. Round down, we can take round down for this formula, and we have to include it to the formula. So in the formula bar, soon after the equal symbol, we can choose round, and then I'm going to choose the round down from here. And then if I take the effects of round down, you can see rounds a number down towards 0. So round down is a special type of round function, I should say, which will round the number, or which will make it as a number according to our decimal specification, and it will make the number towards the 0, not away from 0. So now my number is E4 by D4, and then they are asking you to round down to the nearest visitor. Visitor means obviously it's a whole number. There won't be any visitor of 0.5 or 0.7, so num digit should be 0 because I need a whole number there. So this will give me the whole number of the nearest visitor of average. Now in cell H4, enter a formula to calculate the percentage change in the number of visitors between 2014 and 15. Now here I need the percentage change of 2014 and 15. For that I have to divide this 2014 divided by 15 and percentage change, so minus. So I have to find out the difference in 2015 and 14 divided by 2014. So